68 Kill is a new comedic thriller that is currently on demand, and it's written and directed by Trent Mega. And it's a really fun film that I was kind of surprised by how good it was.
Relax, take a chill pill, okay? You haven't never killed anyone before.
Because I never have! No! Slow! I swear to God I'm not gonna hurt you!
Like hell we are.
So the movie mainly stars Matthew Gray Gubler as Chip, and Anna Lynn McCord as Lisa, and Alicia Bowe as Violet. And they're kind of the three most important people in the movie, I'd say. But the basic setup is that Chip and Lisa, they're a couple, but they're down on their luck. And the girlfriend, she has sex with her boss or something like that for extra money, for rent money essentially. And well, it turns out that the boss shows off to her $68,000 that he has in his safe. And she gets the idea to rob him and bring her boyfriend along. And obviously, when the boyfriend and him, they go to rob the guy, well, she has a little something else in mind. Pretty much murdering them, him and his wife, instead of just robbing him. And that sets off a movie that just is kind of almost nonstop. There's a couple of slower sections, but it's a really interesting pace and really a fun pace. And it's surprisingly, like, multiple times that it could be, like, almost it has horror aspects and other aspects of the film, but then things that happen that are really funny. And it's not, like, generally, like, they don't play it for the laughs, but it's just funny. At least I found it really funny. Like, I laughed out loud multiple times when some of the crazy things start happening. It's a nice reversal of tropes where, the main character, Chip, played by Matthew Gray Gubler, he is kind of the weak one. He just goes along with whatever his women tell him to do until, like, he won't murder people. But he's like, he is almost kind of plays the girl in a lot of these, like, other thriller or horror films. Like, he's kind of that plays that role, and it's interesting. It's like he gets put through a lot of stuff, and his character, like, he's the actor is from Criminal Minds, and I think he did really well at this. I think all the actors did really well. Especially, I really liked the girl, because she plays like an insane woman, eventually, and her brother is like Leatherface, essentially. He's like a serial killer, and there's a bunch of twists and turns that, like, you don't really expect. Like, you think it may go one way, then it goes a different way. And, the one thing I didn't like, I won't spoil, but, like, there's a third girl which they find in the house, and they decide, like, to take with them. Because the girlfriend is gonna sell him to her brother, and there's other stuff where he kind of escapes with her, and they go on the run. And some of the stuff that happens with that arc is a little annoying. Like, I didn't like some of those aspects, but they got to the next part, where the next part was awesome, and the finale of the film was worth, like, all the things that wasn't sure about earlier on, because the finale is just balls to the wall crazy and pretty awesome. And I love that, even though, too, when horrible things are happening, like, it's stuff that happens that's funny. Like, someone will come in and do something, and it's like, what the hell? And, like, it's really a cool film that I would highly recommend. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. My only problem with it is that, like, towards the second half of the film, there are things that go down where people follow him, and they find him. And multiple times when that happens, one time they show how that person was going to follow him. They set it up. And all the other time, they just completely leave it blank. You don't know how they followed them, how they found them. Like, you can kind of fill in, like, okay, they probably did this and this. But you don't really some of it doesn't quite work out. And also there's this plot point where he's roofied at one point in the film, and they never set up when or how he'd been roofied. Or, like, there's some that doesn't really work for there. But I don't see when that happened and how that worked. But, other than that, like, I would really recommend this film. It has it's a little bit of horror, a little bit of thriller, a little bit of comedy, and dark comedy. And I would say that if you don't like gore, if you don't like some brutal stuff, like, you may not like the film. But I really enjoyed this movie. Like, 68 Kill was surprisingly good. So I'd probably give this movie like an 8.75 out of 10. Like, I really enjoyed it, but I mean, it's not a perfect film. But still, for what it was awesome. So, thanks for watching. You can check out my other reviews and videos around my head, or subscribe to me over here.